Hi, I'm Denzel, and this is a tutorial on how to use the Zoom H6 to record with Adobe Audition as well as GarageBand. We're going to get started with GarageBand, and just to highlight a few things, I want to note that first, I'm using a MacBook from 2015, and I'm using, I believe, the powered USB port that's on the device. And with that, I've also got the laptop plugged in to power, so I can both output to HDMI as well as power the USB device as it's recording and providing phantom power for the devices connected to it. Let's get started. This portion is pretty straightforward. All you really need to do is power on the device, wait for it to come up, select audio interface and not SD card reader. You want to make sure you're selecting multi-track and not audio mix. You can use either PC and Mac or PC and Mac on battery power. I opted to use the former because it provides power to the device from the computer rather than relying on battery power. And then what you'll see come up is the multi-track mode under the USB audio interface, and then you'll be set to go. This applies to both PC and Mac. The first thing you want to do is open up an empty project in GarageBand. It doesn't necessarily need to be empty, I guess, but that's just what I've done at this juncture. And you'll notice here that input 3 is selected. This is the equivalent to channel 1 on the Zoom H6 because inputs 1 and 2 are reserved for whatever module you have installed on the H6. So in this instance, I have the stereo module installed, so that is taking up inputs 1 and 2. So input 3 is channel 1, and you want to make sure it says my instrument is connected with the H6 and I hear sound from HDMI because I've got this outputting to a capture card. So let's go ahead and create the project. And you'll notice that on channel 1, you're getting audio activity in the volumizer or whatever this is called. And what you can do is add the second channel, which in this case will be stereo input 1 plus 2, which is the module on the Zoom H6. You'll see that you can't record these at the same time because something is missing. Under track and configure track header, what you'll want to do is make sure that you have record enabled, so the record toggle will come up on each of these audio channels. And then you select both of them, and it will allow you to select and record to both of these channels. So let's do it. Just so it's not annoying to listen to, I'm going to turn off the metronome click and the build up, the 1, 2, 3, 4, the count. And here is the recording sample. I'm gonna do some post-production magic so it just sounds like you're hearing me record directly as this is recording. So this is me recording into a Samson R21 microphone, and it is connected to input 1 on the Zoom H6 handy recorder by Zoom. This is the microphone. Ooh, maybe I should turn that up. All right, yep, turn up the mic. You can hear it a lot better now. And this is me speaking directly into the Zoom H6. This is directly into the mic. This is the Zoom H6. This is directly into the mic. And ta-da! Everything is wonderful. Everything is good when you're working on a team or whatever. And yeah, that encompasses how easy it is to record into GarageBand using the H6 and connected devices. Now let's move on to Adobe Audition. And in Audition, let's go to Preferences, Audio Hardware, and we want to make sure that we have the H6 selected, and then select Yes. Again, the default output that I have selected is HDMI because it's running into an HDMI capture card, but that doesn't need to be you. You can select whatever you want. And then we will do a new multi-track session, and we'll call it New Test. New underscore test, and then hit return and arm the channels to record. And we want to make sure that, again, we're selecting the input for the H6 stereo, which is going to be channels 1 and 2 on the stereo module connected to the Zoom H6. And then we will select channel 3 because it corresponds to input 1 on the Zoom H6. And as you can see, we're getting audio from both of these. And again, with some post-production magic, it'll seem like you're getting a loop back from the recording, but you're not. And here we go. This is me recording into the Samson R21 on the Zoom H6. And this is me talking directly into the Zoom H6, the stereo recording module. This is, again, the Samson R21. This is the Zoom H6. And as you can see, we're getting some activity in both of them. This is pretty neat. Hooray. And that really sums up this tutorial. If you need help with other software, I'm sure that I can help you. But I will say, however, that Audacity and other open source recording software or free software aren't commonly used on Macs because GarageBand is one of the most common free recording softwares available for Mac products. And so I wouldn't imagine that a lot of people are using Audacity or anything like that for this platform. So these are the two major softwares that I've found people use outside of like Pro Tools or whatever. But if you're using Pro Tools, I'm sure you're not using a Zoom H6 to record, and if you are, I don't have access to that software, and I'm sure you're able to figure it out, money man. All right, if you want to support the channel, which I mean you can if you really want to, I have a newsletter, out-here.info. The link's in the description. It's a newsletter that has nothing to do with anything discussed in this video. Do that, or you can subscribe or whatever. If you have a request for something else, just let me know and I'll see if I can do anything with it. All right, bye.